Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm going back to my favorite spot. Oh, sort of to my favorite spot. I'm going to stop right here because I want you to just kind of take a look around. See all that green foliage back there? Yeah, it's not going to be too much longer. How you like it? It's kind of cool, isn't it? Won't be too much longer until that's all gorgeous autumn colors. I can hardly wait. Well, there's one thing I can wait for, and that is what's going on in our gospel lesson for this Sunday. It's one of those lessons that you take a look at and you read and you listen to and you go, no way, no way, that's just not fair. Don't we all demand fairness? Don't we all demand our rights as people? Yes, we do. If we're honest, we do. And today we hear a parable from Jesus that gets under our skin because it's all about fairness and what is right and what we deserve. Do I look like I'm going crazy? Yeah, I am. I've been told that many times, but seriously, this is a parable that really gets under our skin and makes us think about who we are as children of God, who we are as people who live and who pray, thy kingdom come. Are we really serious about living that way? Very quickly, Jesus has entered a whole new phase of his ministry according to Matthew. He's done his whole ministry in Galilee. And every time you come to a little portion of Matthew that says, when he had finished saying these things, it happens 4 or 5 times, then you know we're beginning a whole new section. And in this section, Jesus is just about ready to enter into Jerusalem, and he starts going through a lot of things that talk about how we live as God's people in this kingdom. Not that he hasn't already mentioned a few things, but this is more specific. This parable talks about fairness. Now, it's pretty simple. There's a landowner who has vineyards. That means he's got money. He has a harvest that needs to come in. So what does he do? He hires people, goes down and gets the day laborers. So now you have it set up. A really wealthy person of means, going to the day laborer section of town, which means these are people who are just getting by. And what does he offer the day laborers? Minimum wage, 1 denarius. That's barely eking out a living. So all these people that he goes first thing in the morning, it'd be 6 o'clock in the morning, they go and they agree to a denarius for the day. Okay. Partway through the day, the owner goes, man, we're not making enough progress. So he goes back, and at noon and at 3, and then even at 5 o'clock when there's only 1 hour left in the workday, and he hires more people on and says, come on, just get to work, and I'll pay you what's fair. So at the end of the day, he calls everyone together and pays them their wages. This was part of the Deuteronomic code. In the book of Deuteronomy, you were to pay your laborers at the end of the day. So he does something strange, though. He doesn't call the first guys up. He calls the last guys up, the ones he hired an hour ago, and he pays them. What does he pay them? A full denarius. What? Now, in their heads, the guys who were hired first, they're doing some math. Man, if he's getting 1 denarius for 1 hour work, man, we're going to be rich. 12 denarii. Yeah, okay. Nope. By the time they get to them, everybody gets a denarius. That's not fair. You tell me, would you like that? No way. Be honest, you would not like it. Not fair. In the parable, the landowner says, "Can't I do what I want with my money? Is your eye evil because I am generous?" In other words, it's an idiom for, are you envious because I am so generous and lavish with what I have? You agreed. The whole way through, you have to admit that the landowner dealt with every single one of them fairly. He said, I will give you what we agreed to. And that's exactly what he did. Only he was very generous toward those people at the end. And we say, wait a minute, it's just not fair. Now, what were they really grumbling about? They all did the same work. But in a sense, those who started early said, hey, here we are. We bore the weight in the heat of the day, and you made them equal to us. Oh, so there we go. It's all about equality, right? It's all about, I deserve more and not the same as them because I did more work. Is your eye evil because I'm so generous? Gets us to thinking, what's this kingdom of God stuff all about? Is this what we want? Well, it's what we're going to get. It's what we're going to get. If we think we're in this thing called the kingdom of God because we're somehow going to make out and be on top of somebody else, you're barking up the wrong tree. You may as well just put it all away right now. That is not what the kingdom of God is about. The kingdom of God is about love. It's about graciousness. It's about bringing others into the fold. It's about sharing of ourselves with others. It's about putting others ahead of us. Can we go on and even get saying things like it's about offering to everyone a great opportunity to simply live? Remember, the denarius is the minimum wage. It's barely eking out a living. This landowner was so generous that even the people at the end got what it would take to live. Live just for one day. Just for one day. How amazing is that? And yeah, it isn't fair when you count fairness as everybody getting the same. It's not fair, but it's all about love and compassion. And that's what Jesus was about. That's what God is about. That's what we need to be about in this world. Do you ever think about those noisy garbage trucks that come by your house between 6:30 and 7 in the morning and make all that noise getting that garbage? I do. Do I want a job like that? No. But I'm so grateful that they're doing that. So how about that girl who's over that hot kitchen stove flipping your hamburger at McDonald's and then going over to the fries and maybe it kind of spits up at her and gets on her arm or her fingers and ouch, Do I want to do that? No. But boy, when I'm hungry, am I so grateful there's someone there that I can go through a drive-through and get my sandwich within a matter of minutes and fill my stomach. So we all get paid the same? That's interesting, isn't it? Is my job more important than theirs, that I should get more? Well, maybe. But does that mean I should get more? Does that mean at the expense of someone else I should get more? There's a lot of things we need to think through here, especially when we think about the issues of being fair. In this world, we might say certain things just like that. I deserve more. I earn more than you because I'm more important than you. In the kingdom of God, we are all brothers and sisters. We all sit around that table together. We are all loved in the eyes of God. We all, regardless of, think about it, in that parable? Why were some of those people still, waiting around to be hired? Was there something wrong with them? Had they proven in the past to be lazy? Had they proven not to be very good workers? The landowner went out and got them anyway. God goes out and gets us anyway. God constantly is seeking us out in a relationship with Him. And maybe that's what this parable really is all about. How do we view ourselves in our eyes? How do we view other people? Do we have an evil eye? Are we envious of them because maybe they have so much more than us? Are we somewhat haughty because we are so much better than they are? Our job is so much more important? Or do we see them through the eyes of Christ as our brothers and sisters, all redeemed by the same love of Jesus on that cross for us? Wow, this is one of those parables that does get under our skin, but hopefully it does in order to open our eyes to the reality that we live as kids of His kingdom. God's blessings be with you this day.